Does Kirk Herbstreit have a bone to pick with Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs? Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon as well so you get notifications of when we go live and when we drop new video content, which is each and every single day. Also, be sure to check out the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, guys, we're all across social media: X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. SEC Unfiltered is there. Of course, guys, the Super Bowl is upcoming this weekend. And before we get going, the following is brought to you by our friends over at MyBookie. The Chiefs and 49ers are gearing up for an epic showdown in Las Vegas, and you've got a front row seat with MyBookie. Whether you're aiming to cash in on the big game or just looking to have a good time with friends, MyBookie brings a true Vegas experience straight to you. With a huge selection of pregame bets, you can wager on everything from the opening coin toss to the color of Taylor Swift's sweater. Yes, they even have Taylor Swift prop bets, ladies and gentlemen. MyBookie is a platform that offers something for everyone. You don't need to be a pro to turn sports and pop culture knowledge into real cash in your wallet. Sign up, make your first deposit today using promo code SECU, and choose from a variety of welcome offers to find one that suits your playstyle. Guys, you have options. If you're itching for a sports book and casino that amplifies the thrill and maximizes your winnings, MyBookie is your MVP. Bet anything, anytime, and from anywhere only with MyBookie. Kirk Herbstreit, it seems as if he's got some sort of a beef with Kirby Smart and the Georgia football program. And you may be sitting there asking yourself, Chris, what are you talking about? That wouldn't make any sense. And I said the same thing, and I would have never thought that that were the case until today. Now, as you all know, guys, it's National Signing Day, and Dylan Raiola was one of the most talked about prospects and one of the most talked about signings in the 2024 class. Of course, he flipped from being a Georgia commitment to Nebraska and has since signed with Matt Rhule and the Cornhuskers. This came out today via Rivals, and I'm going to show it on the screen here for those watching on YouTube. I'm going to show it on the screen. Rivals posted this: Kirk Herbstreit, Dylan Raiola flipping to Nebraska with a shaking hands emoji. You see the graphic. Kirk Herbstreit called Dylan Raiola's dad about flipping to Nebraska. And here is the video. Here is the video of Dylan Raiola's dad talking about that conversation.
We'll say, bring up one guy's name. His name's Kirk Herbstreit. When he saw the smoke about Dylan entertaining Nebraska, he was like, called me. He said, "Dude, is this true? He got to do it. You know, he got to do it." His affinity for Nebraska, for a guy like that to tell me and to get behind me. Look, I knew he needed to do it, but I wasn't going to sit here and say you need to go change that place or be a part of the change at that place. So when Kirk told me that, I was like, man, this is. I've had people reach out, other coaches reach out to me and say, look, the place is special. Coach Rhule is a special leader. We'll say, bring up one guy's name. His name's Kirk Herbstreit.
Okay.
When he saw
Kirk Herbstreit reached out to the Raiolas talking about, hey, you should go to Nebraska. Folks, my question is this: why does Kirk Herbstreit care where Dylan Raiola goes to school? And maybe more importantly, why does he not want him to go to the University of Georgia? And this sort of falls in line with, let me say this, by the way, I'm a huge fan of Kirk Herbstreit. I think he's great at what he does. I think he's one of the best in the business. I think he's a real pro's pro. I think he does a great job on College Game Day. I think he loves college football. He wants what's best for the game. Can't say enough good things about Kirk Herbstreit. But this sort of falls in line with, I said something on my personal page a couple of days ago on X. What is Kirk Herbstreit doing? Why is Kirk Herbstreit swinging down? What do you mean by swinging down, you may ask? When you're someone of Kirk Herbstreit's stature and Kirk Herbstreit's standing, and you've got people on social media taking swings at you and reaching out to you, which, guys, you're in the limelight, you're in the spotlight, that is inevitably going to happen. Especially Florida State fans, because Kirk Herbstreit went on record, hey, Alabama deserves to get in the college football playoff over the Florida State Seminoles. And that's okay. Have a take, have an opinion. But the fact that months later, Kirk Herbstreit still needs to go on record and feels like he has to explain himself over and over and over again to, I hate to put it this way, but I'm going to, people whose opinions don't mean a damn thing. You are Kirk Herbstreit of College Game Day, of ESPN. You're one of the most well-known college football personalities, maybe the most well-known at this point college football personality. And you're worried about Johnny Seminole 5742 on X for what? For what? You gain nothing when you swing down. It reminds me, guys, and maybe this is somewhat of a funny example, but I remember hearing about a rapper get into a beef with Drake. And they said the only person, if Drake responds, the only person that wins is the rapper that started the beef, because he has nowhere near the platform, nowhere near the audience that Drake has. And all Drake does is shine light on that guy by bringing his audience and bringing the attention that he has and that he's earned to this person who probably doesn't even deserve it. It's sort of the same thing here. I love good-hearted banter. I love back and forth, but you can't respond to every 100-follower troll on X who wants to pick a fight. There's just no point. And then this happens with Georgia. Why would Kirk Herbstreit have any sort of gripe or any sort of beef with Georgia football? And I don't know, maybe I'm reaching here. I don't know that he does. But why are you getting involved in the recruitment of a five-star quarterback that you have, unless there's something I'm missing, you have nothing to do with this kid? Why do you care if he goes to Nebraska over Georgia or goes to Georgia over Nebraska? Like, why do you care if you're Kirk Herbstreit? And if I'm a Georgia fan, I mean, I'm sitting back saying, we now know one of the sitting members of College Game Day is recruiting against our program. Now, I'm sure Kirby Smart and company, there's more to this. And so I'm sure they've got things under control behind closed doors. I doubt they're all that worried about it. They got a great quarterback in the 2024 signing class, not named Dylan Raiola. They're not too concerned, right? Number 1 rated class. Georgia's going to be a favorite to win it all. No biggie. But I was very confused when I saw this today. I was very confused because, again, why is Kirk Herbstreit getting involved with Kirby Smart's program in this manner? And it just falls in line with some of the other things that Kirk Herbstreit's been doing, and I don't understand it. I like Kirk Herbstreit. I think he does great work, but he's missing the mark here lately. Kirk Herbstreit, listen, Kirk, you're great at what you do. Get off of X, man. Get off of X. Cut off your notifications. Stay out of your mentions. And just control what you can control, which is making great content and being a great college football personality, which is what you do every single day. You can't control how people react to it. You can't control how people consume it. Control what you can control and take nothing personally. That's what you have to do when you're in the spotlight and in the limelight like a Kirk Herbstreit is. As for the Georgia stuff, will more come from this, or will this be something that gets sort of swept under the rug? I think it's probably swept under the rug, but it just blew my mind to hear the father of Dylan Raiola say, yeah, Kirk Herbstreit, huge factor in this. He said we should have gone to Nebraska. So now do we have to worry about, you have to worry about so many things as a fan of your favorite program, from the transfer portal, NIL, coaches moving left and right. Now you got to worry about college game day hosts recruiting against your program. And I know everybody pulls for somebody and everybody has a preference. Why didn't Dylan Raiola go to Ohio State then? Why did he go to Nebraska? What is Kirk Herbstreit trying to accomplish here? Again, love Kirk Herbstreit. Think he's great at what he does. But I wish we had some answers. And I wish we had more context into the why behind it all. And unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever get it. So, does Kirk Herbstreit have a bone to pick with Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs, or is this just a mountain made out of a molehill? Guys, that's going to do it. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure, again, you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon so you get notifications of when we go live and when we drop new video content as well, which is every single day, guys. Be sure to also subscribe to the podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And check us out on social media, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Wherever you find your content, we are there at SEC Unfiltered. Guys, until next time, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the other side.